Today I would like to invite you to listen to the Dhammapada of the Buddha Shakyamuni, the 77th verse from the Buddhist scriptures on the YouTube channel TN Thai in the USA. Let him advise, instruct, and dissuade one from evil. Truly pleasing is he to the good, displeasing is he to the bad. Dear listeners, the Buddha teaches us in this verse the profound value of guiding others away. They may discomfort, but their intention is the welfare of the listener. The Buddha emphasizes that such actions are pleasing to those who are inclined toward goodness, who have faith, and who cultivate virtue. The story of the disciple Ananda illustrates this teaching. Ananda, ever faithful and compassionate, would often witness other monks or lay people engaging in actions born of anger, greed, or ignorance. Seeing this, he would gently advise them, explaining the consequences of their actions and pointing toward the wholesome path of virtue and mindfulness. While some received his guidance with gratitude, embracing the wisdom imparted, others resisted, displeased by the correction and unwilling to see their faults. Ananda's words, though displeasing to the obstinate, were rooted in compassion and truth, and he continued to speak for the benefit of all beings. The Buddha highlights a principle here: to act for the welfare of others requires courage, sincerity, and discernment. Pleasing everyone is neither possible nor desirable. Those entrenched in unwholesome behavior may resent guidance, but the wise practitioner persists. Evil is to act with compassion and discernment. Words must be delivered with gentleness, clarity, and timing. Harshness and scolding may harden the mind, but words spoken with kindness and insight open the heart. The Buddha emphasizes that the practitioner who understands the nature of the mind, the subtle tendencies of attachment and aversion, and the impermanence of all things, is best able to offer guidance that benefits without harm. In daily life, this teaching applies to all. Parents, teachers, mentors, and friends have opportunities to guide others toward ethical manifestation of loving kindness and wisdom. The practitioner who advises with compassion nurtures not only the listener's welfare, but also their own heart, cultivating virtue, insight, and freedom from attachment. The Buddha compares such guidance to the revealing of a treasure hidden from view. Just as a treasure offers great value to the one who discovers it, so does instruction in the Dharma provide enduring benefit to the mind. Those inclined toward goodness receive this teaching with joy, recognizing the opportunity to grow, purify the mind, and cultivate insight. Those entrenched in unwholesome tendencies may resist, yet the words remain as seeds of wisdom, waiting for the right conditions to take root. In the scriptures, we find numerous examples of this. Measured by popularity or temporary approval, it is measured by benefit, by the capacity to inspire virtue, wisdom, and compassion. A practitioner may be temporarily displeasing to those who resist correction, but their actions are aligned with the ultimate welfare of all beings. Pleasing the unwholesome is not a sign of virtue. It is a compromise with ignorance. Pleasing those inclined toward goodness, even when it requires firmness, reflects the practice of Dharma. Guidance in the Dharma requires selflessness. To advise, instruct, and dissuade from evil without attachment to praise or actions carry the potential for profound impact. A word spoken in wisdom can prevent harm, nurture understanding, and inspire ethical conduct. A gentle correction can soften pride, dissolve anger, and awaken insight. To act in this way is to embody the Dharma in daily life. Each moment of instruction, each effort to dissuade from unwholesome behavior, is an opportunity to cultivate virtue, insight, and compassion for oneself and for others. The Buddha reminds us that association with goodness is strengthened through such guidance. Those who follow the path of virtue recognize the and spiritual growth. Even those who initially react with displeasure may, in time, recognize the wisdom and benefit of the guidance offered. Through such practice, the mind of the advisor is also cultivated. Offering guidance with patience, clarity, and compassion strengthens mindfulness, cultivates humility, and nurtures equanimity. The practitioner learns to act without attachment to praise, free from aversion to resistance, and grounded in the intention to benefit all beings. In this way, the practice of advising, instructing, and dissuading from evil is both a method of guiding purpose of guidance is the welfare of others, not the comfort of the ego. True benefit is realized when one acts with wisdom, compassion, and skillful means, understanding the differing capacities and inclinations of those we seek to guide. Pleasing the good, correcting the errant, and remaining steadfast in Dharma practice are marks of a wise and awakened heart. Let him advise, instruct, and dissuade one from evil. Truly pleasing is he to the good, displeasing is he to the bad. Dear listeners, the Buddha's teaching in this verse highlights the essence of compassionate guidance, a practice that extends beyond formal instruction into every interaction of daily life. To guide another away from unwholesome actions is not merely a moral obligation, but an act of profound wisdom, and over time, these seeds bear the fruit of virtue, insight, and liberation. The role of the advisor or instructor is both delicate and profound. One must cultivate clarity, patience, and a deep understanding of human nature. To speak without awareness risks causing resentment or harm, while silence in the face of wrongdoing allows ignorance and suffering to continue. It may go unnoticed at first, but its effect endures, strengthening roots and bringing abundant fruit. Consider the story of the Bodhisattva Moggallana, who traveled widely teaching and correcting others with care and wisdom. Some whom he guided embraced the instruction and improved their conduct, cultivating mindfulness, ethical conduct, and compassion. Others, still attached to their habits. Guidance. Seeds planted in awareness may take time to grow, and patience is the mark of the wise instructor. The Buddha emphasizes that instruction rooted in skillful means brings lasting benefit, while a compassionate word, timed appropriately, opens the heart. A practitioner who masters these qualities cultivates both wisdom and loving kindness, offering instruction that fosters insight and counsel. Each interaction can be an expression of the Buddha's teaching. To act with care, clarity, and compassion transforms ordinary speech into Dharma practice. Words spoken to prevent harm, nurture virtue, or encourage mindfulness carry a profound karmic significance, influencing both the speaker and the listener. The mindful advisor cultivates awareness, humility, and patience, while the receptive listener develops understanding, self-reflection, and ethical discernment. The Buddha compares the wise instructor to a revealer of hidden treasures, just as a gem hidden in while those attached to their delusions may resist. Yet the presence of the wise instructor remains invaluable, for the benefits of guidance extend far beyond immediate approval or recognition. Sariputta would correct misperceptions with patience, always mindful of the listener's capacities and disposition. Some were displeased at first, resisting the insight offered. Yet over time, the lessons were absorbed, behavior changed, and insight deepened. The practice of advising, instructing, and dissuading from unwholesome actions became a catalyst for personal and communal awakening, demonstrating the enduring value of compassionate guidance. The Buddha also teaches that the act of instruction purifies the mind of the instructor. By advising without attachment to displeasure from those who hear correction are natural, the mind clings to self-image, desires comfort, and resists awareness of faults. Yet the Buddha assures us that these reactions do not diminish the merit of instruction. Even if the immediate reception is negative, the seeds of wisdom have been planted. When conditions ripen, through reflection, experience, and continued practice, the guidance bears fruit. This is the hidden power of compassionate correction. It transcends temporary displeasure and fosters enduring transformation. The practice of advising and dissuading also, and to act with empathy. Through this process, the mind of the instructor becomes attentive, patient, and wise. The act of guiding others thus becomes both a compassionate service and a profound path and skillful means to dissuade from evil, to correct gently, and to offer guidance skillfully transforms ordinary communication into the practice of Dharma, benefiting countless beings. The 77th verse therefore highlights a central principle of the path. The welfare of others is inseparable from the cultivation of virtue, wisdom, and compassion. The practitioner who advises, instructs, and dissuades from evil embodies the Dharma in action. Those receptive to guidance rejoice in the opportunity for growth. Those resistant may initially experience discomfort, yet the potential for awakening remains. Through patient, skillful, and compassionate instruction, the seeds of insight, virtue, and liberation are planted, nurturing both the instructor and the instructed. Let him advise, instruct, and dissuade one from evil. Truly pleasing is he to the good, displeasing is he to the bad. Dear listeners, the Buddha's teaching in this verse guides us to embrace the path of compassionate instruction and ethical guidance. In life, the unwise act from ignorance, clinging, and delusion. To advise and dissuade from evil is not merely an act of moral duty, but a profound expression of loving kindness and wisdom. It is an offering of the Dharma, a treasure of insight that benefits both the speaker and the listener. The act of guiding others. An insight. The Buddha emphasizes that those inclined toward goodness rejoice in guidance, for it helps them cultivate ethical conduct, mindfulness, and wisdom. Those entrenched in unwholesome habits may feel discomfort or displeasure, yet the merit of instruction remains intact, as seeds of awakening have been planted in the mind. In the scriptures, disciples such as Ananda, Sariputta, and Moggallana exemplify this practice. They advised others with care and clarity, correcting misperceptions and guiding toward wholesome actions. Some received the guidance with joy and gratitude. Insight. The Buddha assures us that such guidance, given with wisdom and compassion, is always beneficial. To advise and dissuade is also a cultivation of the heart of the instructor. By offering guidance without expectation of praise, without attachment to outcomes, and without resentment toward resistance, the practitioner nurtures humility, patience, and equanimity. Each act of correction strengthens moral clarity, deepens insight, and cultivates loving kindness. In this way, guiding others becomes simultaneously a path of personal liberation and an expression of compassionate service. Resistance from those being guided is natural. The mind clings to pride, habit, and desire. Yet the Buddha teaches that temporary displeasure does not diminish the value of transforming behavior and freeing the mind from suffering. This is the hidden power of compassionate correction. It transcends immediate reactions and brings long-lasting benefit. In daily life, benefiting others, creating a ripple of virtue that extends far beyond the immediate interaction. The Buddha emphasizes that the welfare of others is inseparable from the cultivation of our own. Listener, knowing how and when to speak, and maintaining compassion at all times. The Buddha's verse reminds us that we cannot please all, and that pleasing the unwholesome is not virtuous. To correct gently, to advise wisely, and to dissuade from unwholesome action is to serve the good, cultivate the Dharma, and nurture the seeds of awakening in others and ourselves. Dear listeners, let us reflect deeply on this teaching. May we cultivate the courage to advise, the wisdom to instruct, and the compassion to dissuade from unwholesome actions. May our words be skillful, our actions virtuous, and our hearts free from attachment. May we rejoice in the opportunity to benefit others, understanding that even if our guidance is met with resistance, the seeds of insight, virtue, and awakening have been planted. Through this practice, the mind becomes serene, the heart expansive, and our lives filled with insight and compassion. The practitioner who advises and instructs skillfully, motivated by the welfare of all beings, embodies the Dharma in action. Pleasing the good and remaining steadfast in guidance for the unwise is the path of wisdom, patience, and loving kindness. It is a path that leads to liberation, to joy, and to the ultimate awakening of all beings. Thank you for watching my video. DHAMMAPADA. I wish to bring this merit towards all disciples and sentient beings, all of whom will attain Buddhahood. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate your time.